programs that they're targeting are profitable. They bring in more money than they actually cost because liberal arts programs have very low operational overhead.
I think it's not a coincidence that liberal arts was targeted, funneling folks away from critical thinking.
We do have another caller on the line. That caller is from a 304 area code. Caller from a 304 area code. Let's go ahead and bring them on the air. 304 area code. What is your name and where are you calling from?
Hey, Jacob. It's Jared from Local 27 IFPTE calling from Huntsville, but I retain my West Virginia phone number for good reason.
There you go. That's right. Jared, IFPTE Local 27. Folks, Jared, like he said, he's from Huntsville. We know each other. He's a good brother, represents member of the NASA union here in Huntsville. That's something that a lot of people don't know. NASA is unionized, and this is one of the rocket scientists making it happen. I appreciate you calling in, and you having a West Virginia area code is not incidental to the reason for your call.
Yeah, that is absolutely correct. We were having some back and forth earlier in the week, and you did mention it earlier on the show today. But I'm an alumnus of West Virginia University, West Virginia born and raised, graduated from West Virginia with degrees in engineering and Russian studies, about 7 years ago now. And just yesterday, the Board of Governors and especially University President Elwood E. Gordon Gee decided to fix a budget shortfall that they've caused by ending a very large portion of the liberal arts programs, including the entirety of the World Languages Department, in addition to something like, I forget the exact number, but something like 150 faculty just yesterday.
Right. Yeah. What is their reasoning for this? Why are they saying that this has to happen?
They're doing typical business doublespeak where they're citing efficiency gains and needs for process improvement. And depending on which lie they've been called out on, they shift their story. They hired this consulting company, RPK Group, which is basically a McKinsey, to hide behind when they're doing this. But even worse than that is, Gordon Gee's got a history of this. He's done this at every university he's been at. He's been at Ohio State, he's been at Brown, he's been at Vanderbilt, and he just never gets punished for this until it's bad enough they kick him out. But then 8 to 10 months later, he's a president in another university somehow.
Hey, 5 seconds. Just wanted to say that this is only possible because of our donors. If you want to see more of this, then consider donating yourself at tvlr.fm/donate.
And so what is some of the pushback? He's saying basically that, we got to do this corporate speak, we got to save money, blah blah blah. How are people responding to that? In what ways is it not true?
Well, for one, the programs that they're targeting are profitable, and then they're claiming that they're not profitable. And I'm using profitable just in they bring in more money than they actually cost, because a lot of these liberal arts programs they have very low operational overhead, right? Your faculty need some offices, you need some standard lecture halls with blackboards, projectors, etc., and good libraries and internet. And these are the programs they're targeting. Another thing that they've done is they've targeted some of the programs that WVU is kind of unique in offering. For those in the audience who have children who like to watch Sesame Street and, Jim Henson style, puppetry programs, West Virginia was one of two universities in the country that had a puppetry program. For example, they also have one of the best ceramics programs in the country, if not the best. I'm scrolling through. I'll send this to you later. It's the write-up from the Daily Athenaeum, which is the student newspaper. And, you know, it's a lot of, they're claiming they need to cut in order to be profitable. They're citing some programs just don't serve state needs. There's someone, I've given them contact information. I'm hoping they'll reach out to you. Her name is Maya Helm. She's got a tweet here. Academic programs with this high number of students that receive tuition waivers, quote, do not serve state needs. And that's coming from somebody in the administration. And it's like, for those of you who don't know, West Virginia University is not the only university in West Virginia, obviously. There's Marshall, there's Concord, there's Glenville State, which recently became a university. But West Virginia University is the university and cultural institution for the state. West Virginia's population is only about 2 million people. So, you know, down here in Bama, we've got, you know, University of Alabama, but it doesn't have the same cultural cachet because it's, you know, there are other large institutions that represent Alabama culturally in the zeitgeist. And also WVU is the only place where a lot of engineering programs, liberal arts programs, administrative programs, you know, like public accounting or public administration. It's the main law school in the state. It's got one of the larger medical programs in the state. And it's also the cultural representation in any form of like sports, right? You know, I'm still just processing it a lot. I apologize for rambling, but you know, it's the institution for a lot of West Virginia.
Right. Well, I appreciate you calling and kind of filling in some of the blanks for us there. I've been seeing a lot about it on Twitter, and I just haven't been able to take the time to dig into it. But it seems like a very totally unnecessary kind of attack on the public and on educators and higher education, and so you know. Definitely my thoughts are with everybody that this is affecting directly and indirectly.
Yeah, I'll keep forwarding contact information for some folks who might be able to do a better job describing the situation than I am. Thank you.
Thanks, brother. Appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it's not a coincidence that liberal arts was targeted. And, you know, that's a broader trend that we're seeing in higher education is that, you know, it's less desirable to study history and literature. You know, they're funneling folks away from that and funneling folks away from critical thinking as well.
Right.
You just saw a clip from the Valley Labor Report. We are live every Saturday morning from 9:30 a.m. till 12:30 p.m. And we pride ourselves on keeping all of our content free to everybody so that we can talk to as many working folks as possible. If you support the work that we're doing, you think that it's important, you think that it's good, then consider making a monthly contribution to the project, and you can do that on our website, tvlr.fm.